Hey, it's Deathlord91 here. I'm going to be talking about my desktop. First, we're going to look at what I started with, which was this little computer. Gateway, HDMI, AMD E1, no idea what any of that means. I found this at a thrift store where I go because they actually have decent stuff there and they're not overpriced on a lot of stuff. But what caught my eye was HDMI. I saw that, I was like, that's recently new. And this whole thing, which when I got it, had a DVD CD drive, 500 gig hard drive, and 4 gigs of RAM, $10. And I was like, you know what, sure, maybe I could, learn computers again, upgrade and build. So this is what's left of the inside. I mean, this thing is tiny. My hand is about as big as the motherboard. For comparison, I guess, here's the Samsung remote. That's my actual monitor because I'm using my TV to show you guys how big this thing is. It's got a pretty decent power supply. I mean, it was pretty good for, like, it ran stuff, but it was so slow. And that's because the processor that's under here is less than 2 gigahertz, and it cannot be upgraded. It's actually one of those kind that's built in. And that disappointed me, so I had to start looking into motherboards, bigger cases, etc., etc. So this is my actual desktop over here. The only thing I can't get to work, I can't get these to work. I think I need to update the driver, but that's the DVD CD drive from the other one. It's got 2 4 gig HyperX RAM sticks in it, making it 8 gigs total, which is what I had in the other one over there. There's the RAM. This is the graphics card that a friend gave to me. I had another one that I got for Christmas, but this one is way, way better. The CPU that's in it, I'll show you guys the box that it came in. It's an AMD Athlon X4 845, 3.8 gigahertz. At max, 3.5 gigahertz at base. It's got a 2 terabyte hard drive in it. It's got a DVD disk drive. It's got a 500 watt power supply. It's actually pretty nice. The cable management in this thing is a pain in the ass, and it's a mess. But what's nice is that it's quiet. It doesn't get very hot, and I can run games on ultra high. Like Fallout 4, I got that running on ultra high at 60 frames most of the time. And that's like the newest game I have. So let me put these screws back on here. That's what I like about these newer computer cases too, is that it's just the kind that you don't need a screwdriver for. Because I actually, visiting my family, I found my first desktop I had. Let me grab the hard drive from that. So this is the hard drive, and I had to get a converter because it's not SATA like most things. It's IDE or whatever. Yeah, IDE to SATA converter. Whole 80 gigabytes is what the hard drive had. Not really looked up too much else of that old desktop, but I did ask a few friends, and they said that the RAM, because I sent pictures, was 256 megabytes. So 500 megabytes of RAM, which was, it's not a whole lot. Yeah, it's so nice. Let's look at CPU-Z. While that's going, I'm going to install Razer Cortex just to see how much faster it can run. Only because that's what I put on my desktop, or not my desktop, not put it on there yet. My school laptop and my old laptop, and it definitely helps. One of my friends was like, you should get it, it'll clear up RAM and other stuff, and it does. So, the CPU is AMD Athlon X4 845. That's all the information on that. The main board is a ASRock FM2A6AM HD. It's actually really nice. Memory. There's memory on it. I've not overclocked or tried to overclock. I don't know what any of that stuff is. Graphics card, which is, let's see here, AMD Radeon R9 200 series. I don't think that's what's actually in there right now. There's the CPU-Z. Once I get the Cortex running, I'll let that run. They always ask me, do you want to keep this? It may harm your computer. It asks me that on every single thing I own and download, and it's ridiculous. So I have Shining Legends mat here that my friend gave me. He bought the Shining Legend box that looks like a Pokeball on the outside, not the black one. And then I have this one, which came from the Buzzwall Electivire. I think that's his name. I can't remember his name, but it came with that one. So that's what's going to be underneath my keyboard, and I guess the other computer. I have a One Punch Man one I could probably put over there, but I use that one for actual gameplay for like Pokemon. Install, install, install. So, you know, I have Project 64 right here. I have my Steam games here. I have my regular games here. I have Origin and Uplay. I need to get a Game Boy emulator because I have a USB plug-in controller for that. So I'm going to put this down for a little bit, like over here. Maybe you can hear the computer running, the fan. Just because I'm probably going to have to type in my login information, and I don't have a way to do that using my hands. I mean, I can type with one hand. I've just gotten really slow at it, and I'm not so great at it now. I'm trying to remember what else I could run to show off what's in here. Oh yeah, there's the hard drive. 1.10 terabytes free. That's after installing all the games, my program, well, most of my programs, a couple other things. For some reason, my antivirus is turned off. Why is Trend Micro turned off? It says protection. That's weird. There used to be something in Windows where you could tell it to like rate your computer. I don't know where it's at. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video real quick just so by the time this thing's done I can show off the Razer Cortex Boost and everything else. Okay, well, while I'm waiting for the computer to finish doing everything, there's my stuff that's in the corner. That's my vlog corner. If you're wondering what's in that bag behind my guitar, that's a painting done by Kevin John. I was introduced to him by my sister and family because she does art and met him while looking at art stuff. I can't remember everything, but it's really cool that's in there. Once I have it framed, I'll probably try to put it somewhere in that corner. I might put it where the Fox and the Bad Company are. Like the fox on the left, not the painting I did. Yeah, I painted that little fox. Just some of the cool stuff I got on there. You know that Pip-Boy might be gone soon, because I put that up for sale because my phone doesn't fit. And the phone I want to get, which is a Galaxy S6, everybody wants an outrageous price for it. I'm like, no, that phone is old. You don't do that shit. I don't care if it's in mint condition and never used, all this other crap, blah, blah, blah. Installing an update. What the hell? Oh, of course, that's why my computer's going slow, because Trend Micro decided to install an update right now while I'm doing this video. Alright, so let's click on Game Booster. Tweak, let's hit Optimize first. Bam. Now we're going to hit Boost and see how much RAM it will clear up. About 600 RAM. Okay, that's nice. Was hoping I could... Oh, my rig. Let's look at that while we're waiting. Alright, so it's got the GPU as AMD Radeon R9 200/HD 7900. 8 gigs of RAM. Resolution is 1366 by 768. I don't know why. This is a 1080p TV. Yeah, that's some information on there. So that's my desktop. I'll be figuring out OBS and everything else. Possibly be streaming from this soon. Hope you guys enjoyed.